Hey you guys, this is your girl Sataya and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Tay Slays. Today I will be showing you guys how I created this fall look. So if you like what you see, please make sure you hit like and subscribe and hit that notification button up at the top so you can be notified when I post videos. So let's get into this look. Alright, so this part of the video will be going kind of fast because I never post how I do my eyebrows. So the eyebrows always take me the longest, so I sped up the video like super quick. So what I always start off with my client's face, I always start off with cleaning their face with witch hazel, and I shape up the brows a little bit with a disposable eyebrow razor. And then I mold them down with my Got to Be Glued. And the eyebrow pencil that I am going in with is the Absolute New York eyebrow pencil in the shade Smoke. And I apologize, y'all know y'all will be seeing my pinochle head all up in this video. So I'm just gonna be quiet for a second and let you guys watch. And the concealers that I am going in with is the LA Pro Girl concealers, and it's in the shade Toast. And I think it was Toast and Chestnut. I would say that I will post everything down in the description box, but when I was doing after I got done, I forgot to write everything down, so I would not be doing that today. But I will try to remember everything I use, and if you watched my videos before, you kind of know how I do my eyebrows. So once again, I'm gonna be quiet. And off camera, you didn't see, but I based her eyes with the P. Louise base in the shade 0.5. And I set that base with the Airspun translucent powder. And now I am going in with my Juvia's Place palette. And that is the palette that I will be using for this entire, for the transition shade. So I'm going in with that brown and that deep dark burgundy and a little bit of the black. And y'all know that I like to use the BH Cosmetics brushes for my eyeshadow. So once again, I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all watch. And I did one of the eyes off camera, but what I'm using to cut her crease is I'm using the blank canvas by P. Louise, and I mixed the 0.5 with that to loosen it up a little bit because that blank canvas is like super thick. So that's what I'm using to cut her crease, and y'all know I like to do tapping motions. I like to start in the middle because the middle will be the highest part, and anything from that you go down. And I'm using the Morphe M224 brush, and I molded that brush down. And if you want to know how to mold your brushes down, go to the Makeup Influencers channel, Kiki Adams, and she has a video about how to mold brushes to cut the crease, and this is the easiest way to cut the crease for me. So I like to add the product, and then I go in and I tap it off. And now I'm just kind of closing up that cut crease a little bit towards the end, and I'm using that same Juvia's Place palette that I used in the same colors that I used for her transition shades. And now I am starting with my first shade, and it's that red shade in that Juvia's Place palette. And I will be all over the place with these palettes. So now I'm going in with a different Juvia's Place palette for the orange. I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry, but if you do makeup, if you can tell by like the packaging of it, I'm pretty sure you know what palette that is. So now I'm just going in with that orange, and I'm kind of like blending it in. Sometimes I like to place one shadow over the other to help it blend a little bit more. And then I will be going in with a yellow shade from the Glow Up Academy palette, and you'll see that here in a second. And the inner corner, I'm going to kind of leave that blank because I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a white shade in the inner corner to just kind of like mesh everything together, give it that fall-y shade. And now what you see me doing is I am going in with the J. La Rue, one of their pigments, and I believe this one didn't have a name, but it's either white gold or white diamond, and either one of those will work, but I'm pretty sure this is white gold, and the look on it is just so bomb. Like, I loved it. I love this look so much. And now what you see me doing is I am just going over her lashes to make sure I get them back to the the natural black looking shade of the eyelashes. I know some people like to do this at the end, but when you do it at the end, I feel like you're not able to get enough product on the lashes, so then it just, I don't know, it just doesn't look right, and you can tell the difference between the real lashes and the fake lashes. And the lashes that I am going in with is just some lashes from AliExpress. There was no name or anything to them. It's just a whole bunch of lashes that I bought off from AliExpress. And if you not put on to AliExpress lashes, you need to be put on to AliExpress lashes. And I think the vendor that I used for these lashes were Red Fox, I believe, something like that. And I lined her, I did her wing liner off of camera, but I used my Sephora Precision Liner. And after I go in with the put the lashes on, I like to line the lash band so you can't distinguish the lash band from the other. And this is kind of a close-up of the look before I put the foundation on. And now we're getting ready to get started with the foundation. And the names of those foundations are, it's matte, it's shade NW50 and NW58, and I remember these because she wanted to know like her exact shade. So I took a picture of it so I can send it to her. So I did the darker shade towards the bottom of her face to kind of like match more towards the neck, because nobody's skin complexion is never really the same. Like every so often I get customers whose face matches their neck, but not all the time. So what I like to do is, to make it make more sense, I like to do a darker shade down towards the bottom that matches more towards their neck, and then I like to do a lighter shade in the middle of their face that'll match towards their neck. And then when I go and highlight, I'll do a shade that matches more towards their did I say the middle shade? The middle shade I like that actually matches more towards their chest. The bottom shade matches towards their neck, and then when I go in and put the highlighter in, it'll match more towards their chest. So everything is just matching everything. You're matching the chest and you're matching the neck. And when I'm doing the foundation, sometimes if I don't go in with a shade that's dark enough for the concealer, I go back over the eyebrows with the concealer, like you see me with the foundation shade, which you see me doing right now. So we do not have halo brows. I don't want to see none of y'all walking around with halo brows. So this is how you avoid that if you didn't do a shade dark enough at the top. And the brushes that I'm using to blend out her foundation is the Real Technique brushes, the cheek brush, and the Instapop cheek brush, and the face brush. And when you're blending in that foundation, you want to go in with tapping motions. You never swipe the foundation. You always tap it in. So with her concealer, I think I went in with 3 different shades, I think. No, maybe it was 2. So I did a shade that's maybe like a couple shades lighter than her chest. Actually, I did go in with 3 different shades, and then one a little bit lighter, and then when I get in the inner corner, it'll be a little bit lighter, because I like that highlighted, like bright, like kind of bright under eye look. I don't know, it just pops to me. And I highlight under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, above the lip, on the chin, and then a little bit on the forehead. And then when I'm blending out, I'll always save the under eyes for last, and wherever I started highlighting first, that's where I'll start blending out first. And I like to start going in with my Real Techniques, the setting brush. And I alternate between the setting brush and the Real Technique, or the Beauty Blender, whatever sponge that I'm using, but it's usually either those two. So I'll alternate to blend to make sure we have like a seamless blend. And I'm pretty sure you seen, like when I was blending, you see that paper towel in my hand. I'm blending and then I'm wiping off some of the product because I don't want to add more product to the face, especially like when I'm blending in certain areas because it's lighter up there. Like it's going, you want everything to make sense. So I'm wiping off the excess product off of the brush, and then I'm going back in. And now what I like to do first before setting the entire face with translucent powder and baking, I like to go under and set the eyes first to avoid creasing. And I use the MAC Studio Fix powders in the shade, I think that was C8 that I used. And now I am adding on her contour, and that is the Fenty contouring stick, and I think it's like the darkest shade. I can't remember what shade it was. So when you're adding in the contour, when you add it on the cheeks, you want to blend up, and when you add it to the jawline at the bottom, you want to blend down. And is she looking like that, y'all? One of my kids was there at the house, and they were watching a movie, and she was all into that movie. So that's why she's looking like that. And I'm going back in with that same shade that I used, that contour stick that I used to contour her face, and I'm using that to contour her nose. And now we are going in to bake. So what I like to do first, I like to bake in the corner of the eyes first, and then the down the sides of the nose, and then down the bridge of the nose. And then I go in with the big fluffy brush, and I take that translucent powder and I set all over the face, just like I'm doing now, because the rule is if you add a cream, you make sure you use a powder to set so that foundation does not move around. So that's what I do first. I do a light layer, and then I go back in, and then I'll bake the rest of the face. And right here, you see me trying to try something different. I don't even know why I went in with that brush, because I did not like it. I had to go back in with my my beauty blender, because that brush just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. So I put it back. And what I'm using to deepen up her contour, I can't remember the name of these palettes, the Real Revolution or something like that. They're just a drug brand a drug brand contouring little powder kits, and I like them. They work real well. And now what I'm using to add blush on her face, I'm using that dark, the Juvia's Place, the blush palette. I think that's volume 1. I'm using that orange and that like deep red color to lighten up her face. To blush her face. And that shade looks better. It looks good on anybody. And what I'm using to line under her water line, I use the shade Jet in the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going back in with that contouring palette and with the darkest shade, the shade that says contour, and I am smudging out that under eye. And to avoid flashbacks and everything, go back in with one of your pressed powders. I'm using MAC, and you go in with a shade that's kind of like close to the chest skin tone, or the that's close to the skin tone. I'm sorry, and then you swipe or you press the powder in, or however it is that you want to do it. But that'll help avoid flashbacks. And you'll do that, the little swiping motions to dust off the powder anywhere that you baked at. And now I am going in with the first mascara to kind of like prep her her under lashes for this step that I'm doing right here. And this is one of the okay, I'm looking at it. What is the name of that? Not Urban Decay. I can't remember, y'all. I'm sorry. And so now I'm getting ready to line her lips. And now doing the lips, that's one of my favorite parts. And I pretty much do the same lip for everybody, like a nude, like ombre lip. And what I'm using to line her lips with is the Morphe pencil. It's a little $5 pencils, and this is in the shade Richie. And then I like to line the lips first, and then I'll go in and I'll set the face. The first time I set the face, I like to go in and set the face first, and then do the highlight and everything, and then I'll go back with the lips. Because I feel like sometimes you get that the product on the lips whenever you do the lips all the way, and it makes the lips look weird. So I do the lips last. And I am using some of that highlighter from the Juvia's Place, one of the blush palette that I was using to blush her face. And I went back in with the MAC. I bought the Fix It, the mattifying spray. I don't know if I didn't use it right or whatever the case may have been, but I didn't like it because I don't know if I sprayed on too much or whatever, or if I didn't mix it up enough, but it left like white spots in her face, and I'm like, ugh, I didn't like it. So I had to go back in again with the Morphe Continuous Mist to spray her face down again. And what's the lippy that I'm using is the Kylie Cosmetics. It is in the shade Brown Sugar. It's the liquid lipstick that I use for everybody pretty much, and I love this liquid lipstick. Is one of my favorites. And I learned this from the Lachey Glams. I love her, but I am adding a pop of concealer a light pop of concealer in the middle to brighten up that in the middle of her lip some. And if you see it, I know you see it because you see that lip. I love it. And now I am going in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie to add a little bit of gloss to her lips. And I believe this is when I went in with that MAC setting powder, and I don't know, it was giving her face a weird look. Like I had to go back in with it again. I'm gonna try it again. I'm doing a video tomorrow, so I'm gonna try it again tomorrow. But I'm gonna shake it before I use it. Actually, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos on how to use it because I don't know, it was weird. It was real weird. And you can see that little white spot right there in her head, and I had to go back in and fix it. And later throughout, like as it dried all the way, she had like a white spot in her eyebrow. But there's like some white stuff at the bottom of the thing, and I just don't think I shaked it well enough. I think it was operator's error. It was me. And now we're getting to the end, and I'm finna show y'all the final reveal here in a second.
Why do you be doing this, girl? It is so cute. Cause period. This is noise.
And that's it, y'all. We made it to the end of another video. If you like what you've seen, or if I hope you learned something today, that's my main goal. I love to teach people stuff. So once again, make sure you hit like and subscribe and hit that notification button up at the top to be notified when I upload videos. Once again, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Bye, y'all. There we go. And down.